In today's video, we're going to discuss how much does a Dogo Argentino cost? It's a really common question, but it doesn't have a black and white answer, just like asking how much is lunch at a restaurant. There are many different factors that go into the pricing of a purebred pedigreed Dogo Argentino dog, and we are going to discuss them all. And I want to welcome you to my channel, Dogo Argentino USA. If you haven't been here before, please like, subscribe, and share. Okay, there are many factors that affect the price of a dog, and if you are not part of the dog world, you may be unfamiliar with these. So, for example, the geographic location of the Dogo Argentino breeder will affect the dog's price, but also, in some cases, its vitality and health. For example, this breed originated from Argentina, as you can tell from the name. And while Argentina's prices are generally lower than the United States due to a lower cost of living, there is a higher chance of disease in some places in some undeveloped countries. So that is just one factor that affects cost. Now, of course, a breeder's reputation affects cost. A well-known breeder generally charges more because they've proven through multiple generations of dogs that they have success in terms of looks, in terms of behavior, in temperament, that their dogs perhaps are winning in dog shows or are particularly good at protection work or might be excellent in hog hunting, and that's why the reputation through time matters in regards to cost. Of course, all Dogo Argentinos are rare. They were introduced to the United States in 1970, and it remains a rare breed today. As a matter of fact, the Dogo Argentino will not be admitted to full status in the American Kennel Club until next year at the time of this video in 2020. In Argentina, the Dogo's originating country, 65 breeders produced 299 litters with an average litter size of 7. Given that it is far more popular as a breed in Argentina than America, you can assume there are far fewer litters being born in America at the present time. In comparison, the Labrador has over 65,000 puppies produced a year. The way a breeder's program is structured affects cost, effort, time, and energy in producing a healthy, well-balanced puppy. If you live in the city, it's going to be difficult for you to obtain land large enough to allow your litter to run. Yet in the country, this may be inexpensive, comparatively speaking. If you choose to hog test your puppies, you have to have hogs. That's a different level investment than someone who doesn't hog test their puppies. If you have a full-time care attendant, that's a different level of cost than someone who leaves the dogs by themselves during the day while they're at work. So all those things do go into the overall cost of the dog. Of course, what the breeder chooses to offer in their contract is probably one of the largest determinants for cost, because if you get full breeding rights, if you get limited breeding rights, if you get no breeding rights, those are going to affect cost, along with other procedures such as ear cropping or dew claw removal. Certainly, if there is a limited number of puppies born every year, there is going to be a limited supply and a greater demand than there is availability. And we are all at the mercy of nature in terms of the types of dogs we get from a given litter. So you might want a female, but if there are 9 males produced in one female, the cost of that female will be more, obviously. If you have bought your Dogo from a rescue organization, it will be sold, neutered, or spayed, and is likely to be the least expensive way you can get a dog. If, on the other hand, you want a show prospect that includes full breeding rights, you are going to certainly pay more for that, because you are able to define the pedigree, the parentage, the lineage, and hopefully predict success. Buying a Dogo Argentino that has accomplished something is going to be more expensive than one that has not. So if your dog is finished with an obedience title, a hunting title, a temperament test, service and rescue training, protection training, Any type of additional achievement that required effort is going to cost more than a dog that is untested. Of course, the bloodline of the Dogo Argentino that you are buying profoundly affects the cost of the animal. If both parents are champions or multi-champions, if both parents have been tested, if both parents are great with hunting, these are going to affect the likelihood that their offspring are equally as successful, and of course, that is going to affect the value of the puppies produced by those particular parents, and thus the lineage of the dog ties into the value of the puppies it produces because it is considered a predictive factor as to the success of the offspring coming from that particular set of parents. The breed standard of the Dogo Argentino varies based on the registrant club, whether that's the American Kennel Club, the United Kennel Club, or another registry. This standard describes specifically the way the animal should act and the way the animal should look. If conforming to the breed standard matters to you because you either intend to breed the dog or to show it, you will pay more for a show prospect because they are more likely to conform to the standard and therefore their offspring are more likely to be within the standard as described in the particular registry that that dog belongs to. In the United States, if you get a sterilized pet puppy Dogo Argentino from a rescue organization, you will spend around $450 for that. If, on the other hand, you are hoping for a show prospect, you can expect to spend between $1,000 and $10,000, depending on the many factors that we have discussed in this video. All the images you have seen in this video are of dogs of my breeding or dogs that belong to me. If you enjoyed all the many beautiful pictures and videos of my Dogo Argentinos, I hope you'll consider subscribing so that you see more Dogo Argentino content as I produce it. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you know when new videos have been released. Thanks!